and let it fade. And so I've just taken my time.
Now, you just mentioned Jonah before. Jonah was the guy in the Bible who...
he was a bit of a dude, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
He was good.
He had a call from God, and God had something to do in life, but he ran away and had an experience that brought him back to God. Duncan, there might be people watching this now that are thinking, I feel a bit like Jonah.
Yeah.
I know that God's got something for me to do in life and God wants me to have a relationship with him, but I'm away from God. Would you speak to that viewer right now and tell them how they can take the steps to get close to God like you have?
Yeah, I'm not an expert on Jonah, and I'm not going to preach to you about what's the best thing to do in everyone's situation, but what I've found with the Christian walk, and when you read a story about Jonah, is that when God taps you on the shoulder, you're not going to get away. Seriously, you might as well just give up and get on with it. Because there's nothing soft about being a Christian either, that when you're called to be a Christian and you want to be saved and you ask God to knock on the door of your heart and come on into your life, you've got to ask him to knock on all of it. You can't just have, I really like doing this thing, but it's not actually appropriate, but I really like doing it, and I've asked God to be in my heart over here, and that's good enough. And so I think there's nothing easy about it. And it really confronts me because the whole mission thing for me is my Jonah, because I don't know, I think missionaries are fantastically driven, wonderful, amazing people. And, if God gets in my heart and say, hey, you're going to Papua New Guinea, I'd be like Jonah and move as far south to Antarctica as I possibly can, because I find that really, really confronting. I don't know if I'd be a good missionary, but if he asks, I've got to go. That's the deal. And so, I find it really, really challenging to think like that. So, but over and over and over again, the Bible, it comes out about 450 times, it says, fear not, for I am with you. And so it's like God sort of saying, don't be scared. Talk amongst yourselves, please. But, don't be scared, I've got you. So whatever's happening in your life, and whoever's watching this, and whether you've drifted from God or you want to come to God, don't be scared, It's good.
Well, I can see it's real for you. I can see that you've made that decision a few years ago and you've thought through it, you've prayed through it, you've studied it, and you're holding on to it. And I just can't wait to see how God's going to use you next.
Hopefully not in Papua New Guinea.
Yeah, well, mate, I reckon you're a history maker. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, mate.
Historymakers.
If anyone would like to find out any more information about the Historymakers radio program, you can go to historymakersradio.com. You can find your local station that plays the program. Also, you can get a copy of the new Historymakers in Music book, which is now available in bookstores and on the website. Well, I'd like to thank our wonderful studio audience here at New Hope, Brisbane. We meet here every Sunday morning, 10 a.m. at the Kelvin Grove Roundhouse Theatre at 6 Musk Avenue, Kelvin Grove, every Sunday morning. Let's give a big thank you to our crowd. Thank you. All right, thank you. I'm Matt Prater, and thank you so much for joining us on Historymakers.
Historymakers.